What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you had a great day today so far. Getting into this episode of GH, I always enjoy the scenes between Cameron and Franco. I always do. There's such good scenes. Like, it's really good material. And the actors always knock it out the park. And I love the bond and the relationship that Franco and Cameron have created. Because it's important, you know, especially during these years, that Cameron has a male role model that he can go to when he needs advice. Because there's really no other guy he can really go to for, you know, that type of fatherly advice. You know, not any guy on the show that he's close to, you know. So it's pretty cool that him and Franco created that bond. And, you know, Franco can talk to him about things and Cameron can talk to him. You know, they kind of lean on each other a little bit. I like that because it's so different from where they started. Like, Cameron could not stand Franco in the beginning. He did not trust him. He hated him, which is all totally understandable. But I'm glad that over time he gradually started to move away from that hatred and see that, you know, he got a good positive male role model in his life. But I'm going to tell you like this. Roger Howarth is hilarious. Every scene he's in, he always has to have some type of food. And of course, Elizabeth went to go get him a candy bar. I'm like, he always got to have some type of food or something. Like, Roger Howarth be eating. But I want to know about that little dream he was having, though. Like, he was basically hearing Peter's voice in his head saying, I'm telling you, I want this to happen now. What the hell was that about? I may have forgotten what that was from, but I want to know what is this leading to? Like, is Franco about to remember something and reveal something? Because you got to remember, Franco, I think, as Drew, when he was Drew, he remembered or he knew about shit about Peter that could lead to his downfall. So I think Franco's starting to have those Drew-like memories where he's remembering things that Peter may have done in Afghanistan and stuff like that can help take Peter down. I would hope so. I would really hope so. I think that'd be quite interesting if Franco is a part of the big takedown of Peter. I think that would be quite good TV. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm going to be totally honest with all of you. That scene, that little welcome home party for Finn, let me tell you something. I'm happy that Michael Easton is not dying off. They're not killing his character. I'm happy because I do like Michael Easton. I wasn't feeling that welcome home party. I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't. First of all, Anna and Finn have decided to have a small wedding so that way they don't have to waste time planning a big wedding so that way they could get married immediately. What is immediately to them? Like, are we talking tomorrow? Are we talking next month? Are we talking next year? When are y'all getting married? I just want to know the scoop. Because y'all been planning this wedding for like half my life, like half my lifespan. What is going on? Because this wedding is taking way too long for y'all to be planning. Like, y'all taking too long. Even for soap time, y'all are taking too long. Hurry this wedding up. Peter seems to have a change of tune. So Anna is still sitting there lying. She refuses basically to tell Peter the truth that Alex is really his mother. Go figure. With all the drama with the explosion and shit going on, I totally forgot that Finn Ass got shot and he was in the hospital. Because we haven't seen him in a good second because we've been busy with this explosion and Julian and Cyrus, and it's just been one disaster after another, and then Lulu. So now we're revisiting this, which is cool. Because I totally forgot that Finn Ass got shot. I forgot. I totally forgot. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I forgot all about it. But what I find interesting is Peter has a change of tune when it comes to Anna. He told her he loved her and called her mom. Aw, no. First of all, Peter, her name is not Mom. Remember what you said a while back, Peter? What was that, 2 years ago? Or a year ago? Remember what you said, Peter? You weren't calling her Mom then. What was her name? Oh, I remember what he was calling her. the bitch who gave birth to him. Isn't that what he said to her? And now all of a sudden she's mom. I love you, mom. Okay. No, we're not going to be fake and phony. We're going to keep that same energy. Because I'm the type of person, I love to keep that same energy. So the same energy he had when he said to her, you're not my mother, you're that bitch who gave birth to me. Keep that same energy, Peter. Keep that. I want you to keep that energy. That's what you should do. Anna is just so just out there right now. If I was her, I would have told him that. Keep that same energy. That's what you said to me. I'm that bitch that gave birth to you. Keep that same attitude. Like, why call her mom now? Oh, I love you. Oh, that's a hell of a turnaround. Are you going to love her when she tell you the truth? Or when you find out the truth? Because God knows Anna ain't going to tell you. So somebody going to stumble upon the truth at some point. So anyway, Maxie, of course, wants to talk to Peter about their wedding plans. First of all, I could care less about y'all wedding. I really don't care about Maxie marrying him. Like, I just find it disturbing. I'm going to be honest. I find it disturbing. That wedding is not my cup of tea. I'm just going to be totally honest. That wedding is not my cup of tea. I'm not here for that wedding. I'm not. Listen, and I'm just joking when I say this. Actually, no, I'm not. If I were to get invited to Maxie and Peter's wedding, you know I would act a holy fool. I would show up to that wedding wearing all black because I would feel like I'm going to a funeral, not a wedding. That's just what I would do. I would show up with a black suit on, just black down. Just black. And I would just sit in the front row of the pew, just the front pew, and start crying because I feel like I'm in mourning. That's how I would feel if I was at that wedding. That wedding is the kiss of death. Do not do this, Maxie. You are better than this. Better than this. Please. Remember Levi. Remember that. Like, just remember how psycho he was. Like, don't do this to yourself again, Maxie. Don't do it. Please don't. I beg of you. I plead with you. Don't do this foolishness. So anyway, moving on from that. Sam is still getting on my damn nerves at this point. Listen, I'm trying to sympathize with Sam, but at the end of the day, you chose this lifestyle. I understand that you want to keep your kids safe. I get that. But here's my thing. You should have thought about that before you laid down with Jason and had a child. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about that when you married him the first time in 2011. You should have thought about that too. Like, you knew his lifestyle. You knew he was never going to change his lifestyle. I understand Jason's mindset is still in 2012 for some reason. I get that because not a lot of time had passed for him. But he is aware that it is 2020, I'm sure. And he has no intention of leaving the mob. Even if Jason was never shot and never held captive, he still would be in the mob right now, as he is. So, like, this is on you, Sam. I mean, you chose this life, and, you know, now you're sitting here second-guessing yourself, having second thoughts, and, oh, well, you should have had second thoughts before y'all, did the do that created a child. I'm just saying, like, be careful what you do. Like, be careful who you have children with. Because at the end of the day, you should have thought this through. And you didn't. You didn't. But it's too bad. I tried to sympathize with Sam, but honestly, I really can't feel a sympathetic bone in my body for her. I really don't. She's sitting there boo-hooing, and you could kill me with them little tears, them little crocodile tears. Them tears don't move me. This you spread your eagle. You spread your legs for a hitman and had a child. That's your problem. Deal with it. Better yet, since you're having so many second thoughts, go to Jason, sit down, talk to him about your feelings, and give him an ultimatum. Let him know, like, okay, are you leaving the mob? No. Okay, well, then I'm moving out and I'm leaving. Simple and plain. Because clearly Jason is not choosing you or them damn kids over the mafia. I'm being honest. I'm being very blunt today. I mean, normally I am blunt, but I'm being overly blunt today because I'm not sugarcoating shit today. I really don't care. Listen, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I just got home from work like 10 minutes ago. I'm tired. I'm cold. I just had to turn my heat up. I'm in that mood today. I'm in that mindset right now. So I'm being very blunt. I'm going to speak my piece. I'm not holding back nothing. So if y'all want me to sugarcoat something, I suggest y'all turn this video off right now because there's going to be no sugarcoating here. I'm just going to speak honestly and speak freely. Sam is a dummy. Close your legs. You should have never had a child with a hitman. That was your problem. That's your business. I respect the fact that Carly is owning her shit right about now, because she admitted, like, yeah, I chose this life for myself. I chose this life for my kids. I ain't taking it back. I ain't regretting nothing. It is what it is. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? I felt bad for little Brando, though, because him and Carly had to sit there and make funeral arrangements for Dev and stuff like that. That's sad to have to bury a child who didn't even get to live his life, you know, to its fullest potential. I felt bad, you know, even though Dev was turning a little bit psychotic towards the end, like, you know, one of them little serial killers on them Lifetime movies. Even though he was turning out that way, I still feel bad because he's a child at the end of the day. He's a kid. And I know that's hard, even though Brando wasn't his real daddy or nothing. But, you know, Brando had come to, you know, care very much about that boy. So at least, you know, he's a part of the funeral planning and stuff like that, which is cool. And of course, you know, Jocelyn and Trina were packing up Dev's things, you know, packing up his bedroom and stuff. But Jocelyn spoke very freely, you know, because she felt like she always felt like, you know, and thought like, what would her life be like if she just lived a normal life? You know what I mean? Like, without the mob, without the fear of violence and stuff, or the fear of dying. I can understand that. You know, I can totally understand and sympathize with Jocelyn, because Jocelyn didn't ask for this life. You know, this is what her mama did. So she didn't ask to be, you know, the stepdaughter of a mob. She didn't ask to be the stepdaughter of a mob kingpin. You know what I'm saying? That was bestowed upon her because of her mama. So she didn't ask for this life. This was the life that was given to her. You know what I'm saying? So I could sympathize with that. You know what I'm saying? Because Sam is grown. She chose this. But, you know, Jocelyn is a child. She didn't choose this. This life chose her. Thanks to her mama. So, you know, blame your mama for that. I feel like Carly is trying to be a shoulder for Sam to lean on during this time. And I think Carly, in a weird way, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just hypothesizing at this point, you know, just doing a little guesswork, because Carly has been in this lifestyle for some years now, and maybe Carly is trying to shape Sam up. You know, maybe she's trying to whip her into shape and just, you know, get her to embrace her mob lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like Carly has. Carly is not running from this lifestyle no more. Carly used to run from this shit, but now she's embraced it. She's like, you know, this is the life. This is what we do. You know. Anyway, moving on from that. So Jordan and Curtis have been home all of 5 minutes from their excursion. Guess who's knocking at the door? You guessed it right. The Candyman himself. Cyrus. And even Jordan wasn't surprised when they got a knock at the door. She knew who the hell it was. She told Curtis, she was like, I'll give you one guess who that is. I'm like, of course, the boogeyman. I think Cyrus is on to them. Like, I think Cyrus knows they were out doing something, like looking for dirt, more than likely, because Cyrus is very intuitive. And the mere fact that she took a trip right after getting out of the hospital and stuff, where she fake sick, he knew she was out digging for something. That's why he was like, oh, did you find what you were looking for? Oh, they found something, bruh. Oh, they found it. So apparently the patient that he was looking after is Florence Gray, a person named Florence Gray who used to live in Port Charles. And now Curtis and Jordan are trying to put the pieces together and trying to see if Martin Gray is related to Florence Gray. So they're pretty much trying to put the pieces to this puzzle together. And so far, you know, they're putting the pieces together. They're figuring some things out. They got a few more pieces they, you know, need to fit in there, but they getting it. So anyway, moving on from that, Jason and Sonny are still on the warpath for Julian at this point. Mostly Sonny, because they still want to know, like, if Julian survived that fall or not. And if so, Sonny plans on finding him. I understand why Jason would assume, like, maybe, because Jason's the type of person, he likes to look at things from all sides. So, of course, his mind is wondering, like, could Ava be protecting Julian still and stuff like that? And of course, Sonny, you know, with his little threats, talking about Ava knows what he would do if she took Julian's side or whatever. Sonny, ain't nobody scared of you and your little threats. Ain't nobody scared of you and your threats. You ain't doing nothing but blowing hot air. First of all. Second of all, Ava's a smart person, but she's not a fortune teller. Like, she can't see into the future. How would she have known Sonny and Jason would have bust through that door at that moment when they did, when she had that gun on Julian? How would she have predicted that? There's no way she could have predicted it. So obviously she's not protecting Julian. That wasn't some covert plan that they were working on. There's no way she could have predicted some shit like that. Think about it. So of course, Cyrus is doing everything he can to absolve himself from this bombing at the Floating Rib by setting up a meeting with Sonny or whatever. And of course, we already know what he's about to do. Throw Julian to the damn wolves. That's exactly what he's about to do. He's about to throw Julian under the bus because that's his scapegoat. That's the only thing he can do. Because of course, Cyrus ain't going to sit there and say, I did it. I put Julian up to it. Shoot me. He ain't going to do that. Cyrus ain't stupid. So of course, he's going to put all the blame on Julian. Typical. I'm not even surprised. And we all know Sonny and Jason ain't gonna fall for that. They know Julian is a part of it, but they know he's not responsible for it. They're not stupid. They know. So they're not gonna buy his little bullshit. I wonder who that guy was that walked up on Trina asking what's her name and stuff. Like, because, you know, Cyrus also wants to know about Taggart. If Julian was telling the truth about Taggart being alive. So you know he gonna be doing some... That's probably who that mysterious man was. Maybe he worked for Cyrus or some shit. But, you know, Cyrus is just trying to put out fires all over the damn place at this point. This was a good little episode, though. I enjoyed it. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Hope you all have a great day. Peace.